Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered why your phone gets charged every night, but your mind doesn't? We panic when our battery hits 10%, yet we walk around emotionally drained, mentally overwhelmed, spiritually exhausted, pretending everything's fine. Meditation isn't for monks in mountains. It's for ordinary people fighting silent battles every single day. What if peace wasn't something you chased, but something already inside you, waiting to be noticed? Stay with me, because the calm you've been searching for might just begin with one intentional breath. Meditation as it is, not as we imagine it to be, is often far simpler, yet far more powerful than we realize. Many of us think it requires mountains, caves, incense, hours of chanting, and a life free from responsibilities. But the truth is, meditation begins exactly where we are, with the life we already have. It's not an escape from reality. It's a gentle return to it. Think about your phone. You charge it almost every day without fail. If the battery drops below 10%, panic sets in. But somehow, we tolerate our own inner battery dying out, emotionally exhausted, mentally cluttered, spiritually dehydrated, and still expect to function joyfully. Meditation is simply the charger for the mind and heart. It gives us the energy we've been running without for far too long. The course of meditation is not measured in how long we sit, but in how deeply we connect. Sometimes it's a minute, sometimes it's 10. Sometimes the mind feels calm, other times it jumps like an excited monkey. That's okay. When the sky is full of clouds, we don't scold it. We wait patiently, knowing clarity will return. Meditation teaches us that same kindness toward ourselves. We don't meditate to stop thinking. We meditate to stop reacting to every thought with fear or urgency. Thoughts will come, they always do. But instead of wrestling with them, imagine greeting them like passing travelers. Hello, insecurity. Hello, expectation. Thank you for visiting, you may go now. Suddenly, the mind becomes a friend instead of a battlefield. And the reason for meditation is beautifully simple. Peace should not be a rare guest in our lives. We deserve to experience it daily. We spend so much effort managing the external world, career, family, finances, reputation, yet neglect the inner world from which all experiences arise. If the lens is dirty, even the most beautiful scenery looks blurry. Meditation cleans the lens so life looks vibrant again. Meditation doesn't change the world outside. It changes the one looking at it. Challenges will still come, but with a centered mind, we respond with clarity instead of chaos, patience instead of panic, compassion instead of judgment. The world doesn't need more stressed people running faster. It needs calmer hearts walking steadily, because when hearts move steadily, life itself becomes more graceful. Imagine walking through a crowded marketplace. The noise, the rush, the distractions, they are not the problem. The real challenge is whether we can walk through it without losing ourselves. Meditation doesn't remove the marketplace. It reminds us that we are more than the chaos around us. It gives us a center, a quiet anchor within, so even if the world shakes, we don't collapse with it. That calmness is not a luxury reserved for saints. It is a necessity for every human navigating modern life. Some people say they'll meditate once life becomes easier, quieter, more organized. But waiting for perfect conditions before starting is like waiting for all traffic lights to turn green before leaving home. Life rarely offers uninterrupted silence, yet the mind still deserves attention. Meditation is not about creating time, it's about claiming it. Even a few intentional breaths can transform the emotional climate of a day. It's like opening a window in a suffocating room, fresh air, doesn't take long to make a difference. Think of a glass filled with muddy water. If we keep shaking it, the dirt will remain suspended. But if we place it down and allow it to settle, the water becomes clear. Our mind works the same way. Constant activity keeps everything stirred up: worries, comparisons, regrets, fears. Sitting still allows clarity to naturally rise. We don't have to push, force, or struggle. Stillness does the work. And once clarity appears, decisions become wiser, relationships become gentler, and our purpose becomes easier to recognize. Meditation also teaches us gratitude, not as a theoretical concept, but as a felt experience. When the mind slows down, we begin to notice the unnoticed: the warmth of sunlight, the comfort of breathing, the kindness of a friend, the simple miracle of being alive. These aren't small things. We only assume they are because we stopped paying attention. Meditation returns us to appreciation, and appreciation turns ordinary days into blessings. It also teaches us responsibility, not to control everything, but to control our inner narrative. Life may not always go our way, but how we interpret it is still our choice. With a trained mind, failure becomes feedback, conflict becomes understanding, and uncertainty becomes possibility. The external world may remain unpredictable, but our inner world becomes a place of steadiness, compassion, and conscious response instead of emotional reflex. And when responses become conscious, life stops feeling like a series of reactions and starts becoming a work of intentional art. We begin to realize that the world is not pressing against us as much as we are pressing against ourselves. Meditation loosens that unnecessary pressure. It teaches us that strength doesn't always show up as loud confidence. Sometimes it appears as silent acceptance. When a storm passes, the trees that bend survive, while the rigid ones break. Flexibility is not weakness, it is wisdom learned through stillness. So many of our struggles come from holding on too tightly, to expectations, to past experiences, to imagined futures. Meditation gently uncurls the emotional fist. It reminds us that letting go is not losing, it's clearing space for something better. Like a room overflowing with clutter, our minds can't welcome peace until we make space for it. When we sit quietly, we notice what no longer serves us: old grudges, hidden fears, unnecessary comparisons, and without force, they begin to loosen their grip. What remains is lighter, kinder, more true, and this inner gentleness naturally extends outward. The quality of our relationships improves not because others change, but because we do. We listen more, judge less, and understand that everyone is carrying a silent burden. Empathy becomes instinctive, not effortful. Meditation creates a pause between feeling and responding, and in that pause, compassion is born. Imagine how many arguments, misunderstandings, and regrets could be softened if just one person in the conversation carried a calm mind. That person can be us. Meditation also reminds us that joy doesn't need grand occasions. It can be found in the mundane: sipping tea, watching the sky, walking slowly, hearing laughter. But joy doesn't visit hurried minds. It waits patiently for the moment we become present enough to notice. When we train the mind to stay where the body is, life becomes richer without adding anything extra. The ordinary becomes extraordinary simply because we finally showed up for it. And slowly, without dramatic announcements or fireworks, meditation shapes our character. We become more patient with time, more grateful with life, more resilient with pain. Challenges still appear, but instead of asking "why me?" we begin asking, "what is this teaching me?" That shift in mindset transforms obstacles into pathways, delays into preparation, and uncertainty into curiosity. Life doesn't become easier, but we become steadier, wiser, and more aligned with who we truly want to be. And that alignment doesn't happen overnight. It unfolds gradually, like the slow blooming of a flower. You don't pull the petals to make them open faster. You simply provide sunlight, water, and time. Meditation offers that environment to the mind. It gives us a space where growth is not forced but allowed. In a world that celebrates instant results, meditation reminds us that the most meaningful transformations are subtle, patient, and deeply rooted. Consider how often we rush through our days like travelers sprinting through an airport, convinced we're late for a flight. We hurry through conversations, meals, tasks, even moments of joy, believing there's somewhere more important to be. Meditation interrupts that unconscious race and asks a gentle question: where are you actually going? When we pause long enough to reflect, we often realize we're chasing things we never truly needed. With clarity, we begin choosing paths instead of being pushed down them. And once choice returns, peace follows. Not because everything suddenly becomes perfect, but because our decisions start coming from awareness instead of anxiety. We no longer say yes out of fear or no out of habit. We respond from authenticity. That inner honesty changes the texture of life. It doesn't just sound peaceful, it feels peaceful. Meditation gives permission to be real, both with ourselves and with others, without the pressure of performing. In the workplace, for example, stress often arises not from workload alone, but from comparison: who's progressing faster, who's earning more, who's appreciated more. The mind becomes a scoreboard, constantly calculating. Meditation teaches us that life is not a competition, it is a contribution. When we shift from proving ourselves to improving ourselves, the burden lightens. Success becomes less about beating others and more about becoming better than yesterday. Even in parenting, relationships, and friendships, meditation creates space for understanding. Instead of reacting to a harsh word, we pause long enough to wonder what pain might be hiding beneath it. Instead of trying to fix everything instantly, we learn to simply sit with someone's discomfort, offering presence instead of pressure. That presence is often the greatest gift we can offer, and it comes naturally when the mind has learned how to sit with its own emotions first. Slowly, meditation turns life into a series of chosen moments rather than accidental ones. We stop waiting for weekends, vacations, or retirement to feel alive. We begin experiencing life in real time, not as a memory or anticipation. And in that subtle shift, we rediscover that fulfillment was never somewhere far away. It was always where we finally decide to pay attention.